Hello everyone, I'm Ivan, head of top prop trading at ThaurusGuru. Today we have a very special guest. Welcome to the interview.
Hello, Ivan. I'm glad to be here. How are you today?
Very well. First, what is your name and where are you from?
All right. So, my name is Gift Achuenu. I am from Nigeria. So, I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's really great to have you here today. Let's jump in. How long have you been trading?
All right. So, I started trading in 2022, around October 2022. So, give or take, I would say I've been trading the last 4 years, and it has been such an amazing journey. It has been a journey that obviously it's embedded highs and lows, it's embedded tears and and happiness and joy. But yes, that's basically how long I've been trading and what my journey has basically been like. Thank
Wow.
you.
Yeah, wow. That is a solid journey. Huge respect for that. And tell me, how did you hear about ThaurusGuru?
All right, interesting question. So, about last year, I think mid last year, I was just surfing the internet on a regular day, and obviously, I saw the ad, on Facebook primarily. I saw the Tara's Guru ad on Facebook. I was like, what exactly is Tara's Guru all about? Reluctantly, I just thought to check it out, and from the ad, I went on the website, I checked it, and I find quite a number of interesting things about Tara's Guru because prior to finding Tara's Guru, I was trading with some other prop firms, right? And in fact, during that period, I just lost one of my prop accounts. So obviously, like I said, I reluctantly just checked on the ad and I went on the website. And some of the interesting thing I saw about Tara's Guru that got me quite interested was the fact that I saw the pay as you go model, which was quite interesting. A lot of prop firm in the industry are not doing this. So that got me very fascinated. And that is exactly how I found about Tara's Guru.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm really glad you found us. Yes, and the pay-as-you-go model, this is our most benefit, and we are the first company on this market who is creating the pay-as-you-go model, right? So let's talk about your strategy. What kind of trader are you? Are you intraday trader or swing trader?
I am a swing trader, basically, because that's my strategy. In very simple explanation is I usually utilize the supply and demand strategy pretty much, and a little bit of multi time frame analysis basically. So I go on the on different time frames to analyze, and obviously I utilize the supply and demand strategy, to trade. But holistically, I'm a swing trader. I like to always look at my trading from a high time frame perspective because I believe that is where my edge really lies. And given that I do other things besides trading. So I trade when I feel like there is an opportunity to trade. That is why I term myself a swing trader because I'm always looking for, bigger moves. I'm not always screen. And the interesting thing is I'm glad as well that Tara's Guru gives me the opportunity to trade like that because it took me about I think 5 to 6 months to getting live funding and obviously getting my withdrawal. So like I made mention of, right, having done my preliminary research during mid last year, it took a while before I made my decision because obviously I needed to also gather money. And around October, November, I then, you know, made up my mind. And because obviously your platform actually has the pay as you go model, right?
Mhm.
So I had to, given that I didn't have to pay all the money I needed to pay. So I didn't have to like spend so much time saving up to pay. I decided to start with the little I could based on, the model. And when I paid, I started trading. And between November to January, February, I got live funded around January, February. And during that period, obviously, I had to pass the phase one and the phase two challenge. And thereafter, I got live funded between the next 1 month as well. I got very good opportunities. The market condition was pretty much favorable. So around the month of March, I got my first payout. And another fascinating thing that I like about Tara's Guru is within that time frame, I got my payout. I requested for payout within 24 hours on the 18th of March, and within 24 hours, I received my payout as well. That is on the 19th of March 2026, which was also another fascinating thing because many of these other prop firms, they don't deliver like that.
Hmm. Yes, that's great. That's great. And which markets do you trade?
So I love trading the forex market because it has a lot of liquidity. So I'm trading major pairs like pound USD, euro USD, AUD USD, and sometimes I like to also delve in commodity like gold. Obviously,
Hmm.
gold is a pair I like to trade, but I only trade it when I feel like there is, some sort of geopolitical tension everywhere because I believe that's what drives the market. And I also do a little bit of cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's ETH. So these are the markets I look at each time I set myself to trade.
Wow, impressive. Really impressive, Mr. Youth. And how much was your first payout with ThaurusGuru?
Okay, that's also an interesting point. So, like I made mention of, I trade. I'm a swing trader, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
traded about 5 to 6 months, about 5 months basically. So my first payout was 17,320 US dollars, which was, I mean, I was, that's since I started trading, right? That's like the highest payout I've ever had. And an interesting thing is, even when I, made my request, I was a bit skeptical because I've had very, very bitter experience in the past, right? I've had encounters where I had to trade with other perp firm, and when I make such a request in withdrawal, I don't always get it. Many times they will send you emails having to, they'll give you reasons why you can't get that amount for some. You know how some of this perp firm works, but it's quite interesting that having traded with Tyrus Group, right? During my payout period, when I requested for payout, when I clicked my payout where withdraw and I requested for that amount of money, which was well over, I think over 10% on my account, I purchased the $100,000 account size. So that's like around 17% or thereabout, right? I got my payouts really. And it wasn't, I didn't have any issues. I was literally scared. I was also skeptical, but like I said, I was hoping for the very best, and I think ThaurusGuru delivered because I got my payouts, and I was refunded, all the money I had to pay during the fact that I paid as I went, right? So I got refunded as well. I was reimbursed my initial capital I used to purchase the account size, which is quite an interesting and amazing experience.
Wow. Oh, that is impressive. Really. Huge congratulations from me and from the whole team Taurus Guru, right? And after you passed, how did it long to take it like to receive money? You mentioned that it takes around how many months? Uh,
Around months, give or
mhm.
take, right?
Okay. And during these 5 months, everything goes smoothly, right? Do you, for example, do you have any problems which you solve with the support team or something like this?
Sorry, could you come say that again, please?
Yeah, so basically my question is during these 5 months when you're trading your 100K account with Taurus Guru,
Right.
did everything go smoothly?
Oh, right, right. I didn't encounter any issue on the platform. Everything went smoothly from because I was using MT5, and I never encountered any issues. I never had issues with, for example, slippages. I never had issues with spread. Because I'm a swing trader, because sometimes I had to obviously hold my trade over a period of time, right? And sometimes even when there is news, unlike the experience I've had on some other brokerage, right? I'm sorry, some other proprietary trading firm, right? During news as such, you get to see issues, you get to see glitches, you
Mhm.
get
Yeah.
sometimes, and you're stopped out unnecessarily and you're asking yourself what exactly went on. But trading with Terrace Group, I never had any of these very bitter encounters. And I think that in itself was therapeutic for me because, I mean, trading alone is hard already, right? So my ability to trade on a platform like ThaurusGuru, where I don't have to now struggle with, technical issues, having to deal with, the proprietary trading platform, it was really seamless. And I think it was also one of those things that contributed to my success because at the end of the day, I wasn't having to think or bother myself about whether or not the platform would fail me, right? I just had to focus on my trading, and obviously up until I got successful. So it was seamless.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And would you say Taurus Guru is reliable?
Sorry?
Would you say the Taurus Guru is reliable firm?
Right, right. I would say that. I mean, I went through a journey with ThaurusGuru for the last 5 to 6 months, and all through from the very first time when I made my decision of getting on the platform, then up until I got my first payout, I didn't encounter any issue, and that in itself it validates the idea and the thoughts, which is that ThaurusGuru is a reliable prop firm, right? And I really anticipate to even have better experience, because I look forward to having you know to expand my account size, get more accounts to the end that I'm funded up to $1 million. I think that is really what I envisage with the platform, and I believe that if I'd had to trade up until the point I made a withdrawal of over 17,000 naira where I didn't have any issues, it means I could pretty much make well over $100,000 in the coming future, right? So it's quite a reliable platform, I would say, and I also confirmed I'm a living experience of using the platform. So I would say yes, it is reliable.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for the trust, Gift. And let's talk a bit about the psychology. What was the hardest part of facing the challenge?
Sorry, could you come again, please?
Yeah, let's talk a bit about psychology and
Right.
what was the hardest part of facing the challenge for you?
All right. The hardest part for me was the drawdown period, right? And honestly, it's easier said than done, right? I think one funny thing about trading is, many times, obviously, when I enrolled, when I got onto the program, I had my trading plan. Like I said, for me, one of the things that also makes my trading easy is the fact that I have a trading plan, and I try as much as possible to follow it religiously, which is also my edge. But even when you have your plans and you've built all of your strategy around that, there are times, and while I was also planning, I had times where I also I planned for drawdown. But like I said, it's easier said than done. In reality, when I encountered drawdowns in my phase one, I think I was up about, on my account, I was up about 8% one time. And I think it was during January, right? During January was a bit hard, right? Because I mean, everything started happening in the markets. Things got very, and things were irrational. And I was up about 8%. I started taking consistent losses for well over like 3 weeks, and I was down minus -5%. From being plus positive 8%, I was down to negative by 5%. It did a lot to my mind, right? Because I was very close to passing at the time, but for some weird reasons, I got that level of drawdown. But I think one thing I held, and one thing I constantly worked on, was the fact that I always trade just so that I will be able to trade in the coming day or the coming week or the coming month. And I think that's also one of the reasons why I love the idea of being a swing trader, right? Because I think in the long term, right? I don't always think in the next few days or few weeks. I think in the next couple of months or in the next couple of years, right? So the darkest side of trading for me, or the most challenging aspect and the hardest aspect, was the drawdown I had to encounter. Even when I was on the phase two of my challenge, I had about a 3% drawdown. These were not the phase two challenge wasn't a serious drawdown, but a drawdown is a drawdown. It does a lot to your psychology. A lot of people get to lose their accounts because of whether it's simple or more deeper drawdown, right? But I came out of this, and coming out of it was really what the motivation was. And because I went through that process, it really reinforced my ability to stay disciplined and consistent regardless of whatever market situation is.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Because of your great experience, what advice you would give to the traders trying to get funded?
All right. Thank you very much, Ivan. So one thing I would say is, as a trader who wants to get funded, my advice should be trading is equal to behavior, right? And as simple as that sounds, you just need to understand that the way you respond to your trading is somewhat related to how you respond to the challenges you face in life. The way you handle the things you do in real life, work, business, relationships with people, and all of that, it reflects how you truly handle the market, how you trade in the market, right?
Mhm.
So your ability to understand that trading is equal to behavior, it pretty much helps you continue to strengthen your behavior such a way that you're a lot more consistent. You begin to develop your consistent trade in terms of doing what is right. You also begin to develop your appetite for being more disciplined. Your ability to navigate hurdles and challenges in life is equivalent to how you would navigate hurdles and challenges in trading. Personally, I've had a really tough life. I won't even lie to you. And many times when I face drawdown in my trading, I like to always, because I see trading as life, obviously it's human psychology, massive human psychology. So, and to that end, what I always do is when I'm faced with any sort of challenge, whether it's a drawdown or whether I've had consistent losses or streaks in trading, I like to always just, equate my trading to my behavior. And my goal is to constantly stay disciplined. I want to always exhibit the best type of behavior at all time. What it means is I would consistently follow my trading plan. I am not impulsive with trading. I don't do things because I feel like I think I need to do it, but I do it because this is my plan. So your ability to continue to build your behavior in such a way that you're not impulsive, but rather you're mechanical. That will pretty much help you succeed in getting funded, and not just funded, but also getting a payout. That is the end goal, getting a payout. A lot of people get funded and get payouts, but your ability to constantly see trading as your behavior, what it then does is you constantly want to build your behavior in such a way whereby you are actively being the very best of yourself at all time when you're delivering any trade or when you're trying to execute, and that will definitely make you succeed in my opinion. So that would be my advice to other people who has an aspiration to become life funded and getting a payout most importantly.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, that was a very smart advice. I hope people take notes. And okay, we are at the end.
Okay.
Gift, what is your next big goal in trading?
All right. Very interesting question. So my next big goal in trading for 2026 is I aspire to get at least 500,000 US dollars funding from ThaurusGuru.
Mhm.
Obviously, I funded $100,000. I already have an account already, right? I have another 100K account size. I just recently purchased that as well. And obviously there are rules guiding ThaurusGuru. I'm trying to be very, very stringent, right? I'm trying to stay very I'm trying to stay very, very disciplined with the account size and following the rules and not, doing what is against the prop. So I intend to be live funded at least 500,000 naira by the end of 2026. And obviously, I want to at least have withdrawn about 100,000 US dollars. I
Yeah.
want to achieve that would be a very nice one in 2026. So that's my goal for 2026 with ThaurusGuru.
I love the dream. I love the dream.
thank,
Dream
thank
big.
you.
Dream big, Gift. Thank you so much for this interview. Keep up the great work, and the Taurus Guru is always here to support you. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you very much,
Thank you.
Ivan. Have a
Thank
good
you
night.
so